Hi everyone, it's Dees. Today I'd like to show you how I made these beautiful little butterfly tree ornaments. I'm going to put these on my Christmas tree, but you could use it for a variety of things. You could maybe put it on a headband or on a gift even. There's numerous ways you can use this decorative item, but I spent all weekend trying to do the best job I could with these. I have a prototype that I spent a couple of days on, just seeing which looks the best, what materials are best to use, especially the edging here. As you can see, I've used a couple of different materials to see what works best. But this is what I've come up with. So I've made 3 ahead of time, just so you can have a look. This one's blue, and I've just used some flat-backed diamantes and a butterfly lace, or lace butterfly I should say, on top of the glitter sheets there. And I've used some beads for the body. I think the most fiddliest bit is actually putting the edging around the wings. I tried all different ways because I like to have my decorations look nice on everywhere you look at it. So I tried to get these rhinestones to sort of face up this way, but they just did not want to stick down. So I think at the back of the rhinestone there, the metal's pretty flat, and that's what it's made to actually stick down on that side. So I just went with it, and I think it still looks really nice. Here's the pale pink. Butterfly. And the silver. And I actually quite like the silver one. I don't think the camera does it justice. Don't think you can see the fine detail, especially on these little flowers. They're sort of holographic looking, and they just look beautiful. And there's the back of that one. Back of the blue. And I didn't finish off the back of the pink one, just so that I could show you. Actually, it's lilac, not pink. It's a very soft lilac. It's almost pink on camera. And here's the purple backing, and all I did was put a bit of glue on the back and sprinkled some glitter over that and left it to dry overnight. But I thought I'll do that either on camera today, or I'll show you with the other butterfly I'll be making. So if you want to know how I made this, keep watching. Okay, so let's start, and the first thing is I have some of this glitter foam, and also just some plain foam, coloured foam, and just to give, it's not too strong. This one has a sticky backing, that's why I wanted to put the back on. If you wanted to, you could use 2 sides of the glitter foam and save yourself applying glitter at the end on the back of this foam. It's just personal preference. So I spent a long time trying to draw my own butterfly. As you can see, this is the prototype that I finished up with, but all these butterflies that I tried to hand draw different sizes, even different materials. That's not the butterfly, but it was supposed to be. And in the end I just got so frustrated, so I went and Googled butterflies, printable butterflies for free, and this is what I come up with. So I chose the medium. This is the large, but I thought that might be a little bit too big unless you've got an enormous tree. So I just had to play around. There's a smaller one as well, but I just went with the medium. So I'll grab one of these sheets. I also have a bit of, it's not proper tracing paper, I just use baking paper from my kitchen cupboard. So what I'll do is cut these out. I will need 2 of them. One for the back. I have some double-sided tape. I'm just going to tape that down roughly, just so that it doesn't move around while I'm cutting. So I put a couple of pieces on the top wings, the bigger wings, and where's the end gone? And just another little piece for the bottom. I can actually see the design through the paper, so I know where to place it. Just peel that off. Place that on a nice clean spot, because the back of this will be the back of the butterfly. So now I'm just going to cut it down for ease of cutting. Use that for another project. So this is sort of a pinky fuchsia colour. It's beautiful. And you've got to be careful with this glitter paper though, or glitter foam, because if you get any glue on it, it just lifts right up all the glitter. You lose the glitter, so you've just got to be careful. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that design out. So what I've made 3, this will be the 4th, I might make 5 all up. I'll just make the one today to show you, because it's fiddly in places, it doesn't take too long, but too long to show you 2 on camera. So I'll just show you how I make 1. How I come about this design is I just look at all my craft supplies to see what I have, what I can use up. If there's a specific one that I've seen someone else do and that I want to try, well then you know I might have to buy some of the supplies that I may not have for it, but most of the time I like to see what I have so that I can use up my craft supplies, which is always fun. And I have plenty of butterflies, plenty of foam paper, plenty of rhinestones, and I have pretty lace butterflies that I've purchased on eBay. So I wanted to use that up for a project. So I'll just leave the paper on that for now, and I'll go over to the glitter foam. So what I'm going to do is use the other butterfly and trace it. Put that over there, out of the way. So just trace it around. So you can get all sorts of templates for free, printable templates on the net. Yeah, just Google free templates for printing in whatever design you want, and some of them give you options on sizing. As I said, this one had 3 sizes that you can print out, so you don't have to worry about enlarging them yourself. Okay. So now, again, choose a nice spot that hasn't been damaged. I might go with this corner here. And we're just going to get a stylus. This is actually for nail art, but I use it for crafting too. And because it's soft and spongy, as you press, you'll make the indentation of the butterfly, and then you'll be able to follow a cutting line that way. Got to be careful not to push too hard, because it breaks through the paper, which isn't a big deal. Just lift it up and make sure. There we go. Some of the lead's coming down on the foam paper as well. And just try and hold the design as still as you can. It does like to slide around a little bit, but you just get better the more you do. Make sure I've got the whole design. There we go. Let's do a bit more here. Because I'm as blind as a bat. There we go. So sometimes you get 2 uses out of this. Okay, let's put the pencils back and start cutting this out. So much glitter. There we go. So I'll cut this out. It's nice to have no wind today. It was so windy yesterday. We've had so much wind this winter. Normally doesn't get this windy until spring, sort of mid-spring, around October here in Australia. I'm not the best at cutting out, but I manage. Helps if you have a good pair of scissors too. These are precision scissors, but I don't know if it really does much, me being left-handed. It seems to get into the points a lot easier, so maybe it does. There we go. Nearly there. Just a bit more. Okay. So, take the paper butterfly off the plain foam, coloured foam, because we're going to match it up and stick it down. And I'm not going to worry if things overlap. I'm just going to trim that down. Just do the best I can. Which is a bit tricky. As you can see, there's some overlapping there. So just get my scissors, and the idea is to try and keep it flat. Just so that when I stick the rhinestone chain down, it's just going to sit nicer. Check that all the way around. There's a little bit here. I think that should do it. Maybe a little bit right in between the two wings. It's always hard to get right into that. Okay. Let's get everything off my scissor there. Okay, so we have the base of the butterfly, the back and the front. So next I'm just going to stick the glue gun in, let that heat up, and while that's heating up, I'm going to make the bead body. So just stick a new bit of glue in that. Okay, so for the body, I'm just using, what is it, 50 millimeter eye pin, and I'm going to twist the eye on this myself. Now, I'm not good at jewellery making, I don't know much about it at all, but I did manage to get this done. Now, I don't know the size of these beads. I just buy, most of my beads are on eBay. So there. Do I have mil here? No, I need one of those little measures that measure beads. I'm going to use 10 of the little ones. And the bigger one for the head. I do have a bigger bead than this again, but I think it looks too big for the head. Just make sure I've got 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Okay, so just get the eye pin and I'll just thread the small beads through first. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I've got just a little bit of room left for the head and a little bit of wire left to twist around and make a little eye, and that is where you'll be able to hang the ornament from. And just twist it around. Straighten it up and twist it around. There we go. And that's the body. And that's going to sit like so. Okay, let's see, hopefully it's hot enough. Move this out the way, I don't want that sticking to the glue. Now, look at all this. This is the rhinestone, square rhinestone chain I was talking about. I think this whole lot was about $10. I bought it quite a while ago on eBay. There's a few meters there, I can't remember now exactly how many. Okay, so I'm going to start in the centre, top of the butterfly, and just stick a couple down to start with. This part is very fiddly. Another thing you can use is some decorative string, I guess you call it. This was from last Christmas, and you could just glue that all the way around. So that's another option. I have some flat back pearl chain that I tried here on the top, but then I had to put glitter on the side because that looked messy and I didn't like the look of that. And then I tried some silver string here, metallic silver string, and again the same problem with the edge. So that's why I'm using this rhinestone chain, because it sits perfectly on the edge and it looks nice from that angle as well as at the top. Okay, I'm losing all my glue. So this is the most fiddliest part. And you've got to work quickly because the glue dries quickly. And you've also got to be careful not to get any glue at the front of the design, because that's going to take all the glitter off. Okay, so once you've started, just do a few sections at a time. So I'm using my precision glue gun. I don't think I could do this without that actually. Oh, I've already made a mistake. It's wanted to glue on the side, so I'm going to carefully take that glue off. Now, why did it do that? Okay, and we'll just do a couple squares. Oh, doesn't want to work today. This didn't do this with my others. Of course, as soon as I have the camera on, it gives me a hard time. Okay, so maybe I'm trying too hard. Just push that down, let it dry for a little bit. And you'll get a lot of little fine hairs working with the glue gun. Maybe the glue wasn't quite hot enough. So I'm not going to go as far this time. Let that dry, push it down. And you also want to try and get the glue towards the back rather than the front. More so, I mean you need the glue everywhere, but you don't want it oozing out at the front because it doesn't look as nice. But that's very hard to do. Okay, do the next lot. So now this, where the wing meets the second bottom wing, I just roughly place the chain down and cut it where I think it will meet the centre, because it's not going to fit nicely and bend back around. So you have to cut it. And you'll have a little bit of a gap there, but that's not going to matter because I'll show you why later. And look, this bit here doesn't want to stick down. There we go. So just take your time with it. There's no rush. And you'll definitely get better the more you do. And then you'll find ways of making things easy for yourself. Just trying to do this so that you can see. There we go. So I might just finish gluing all the way around and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, see you in a bit. So I'm back and I've managed to stick the rhinestone chain all the way around. I made a bit of a mess here, but that's not so important because the body's going to hide a lot of that. Which is why I start the chain there, and also where I cut the chain, I'm going to put rhinestones on there to hide that as well. So I'm just cutting up a bit of that excess glue, which sort of fell forward, but I'm just going to leave that how it is. I'm not going to cut any more. Just make sure there's no fuzzies, especially at the back, because that's where we're going to stick some glue and glitter down, and that'll show through and just make it look a bit messier if you leave that there. Okay, so that's all what we have so far. I'm going to leave the glue gun on because I'm going to do some gluing. Now this is the lace butterfly that I bought on eBay as well. And I have some black butterflies too. So I'm going to just, they're connected by this little bit of cotton which you can cut away at. So I'm just going to cut one of those off. And that's going to be the centre of the butterfly. So just sort of roughly move it around so you know exactly where you want it. So all this little messy bit which doesn't look too bad can be hidden by the head. Okay, so all I'm going to do is fold that back, put some glue straight down the middle, use my little ice block stick to push it down so I don't burn my fingers with the hot glue. You want it squashed down a fair bit, you don't want it sticking up too much. So you can either leave the wings loose or stick those down too, and I'm going to stick those down because I'll be putting some rhinestones on top of that. The other side, just put one on dab of glue at each point of the wing and then down the bottom. Just a little bit, you don't need a real lot. And the other side. So it's starting to look like something now. I'll just zoom in a bit so you can see closer. That's better. Okay. Right, I really need a camera right above my head, don't I? So now, next is the body. I'm just going to stick that on with a bit of glue gun too. And just making sure that the eye here is straight. And that moves around. So put that sort of just in the centre of the butterfly, like so. It wants to sit better like that. Okay. Now get the glue, put a bit up there, all the way down. Just holding that down. There's the body. Now we're going to have some fun with some rhinestones. Flat backed, of course. So I have a few to choose from. Been using these up, as you can see. And the gold, so it's just a matter of what I had really. So I'm looking at my other butterflies here to see what stones I have on that. To use a couple of the medium size clear, just to put at the top corner. Think we'll give him some green eyes. Well, they're not eyes, are they? They're the butterflies. I don't know what they're called, feelers or... Those there, like so, and the other side. Nearly lost that one. This is where the precision glue gun comes in handy when you're doing small work like that. Now, I think we should use, I'll put the green, so what would the green look like over here? Now, I'm going to hide the fact that the chain doesn't join there at the two wing by putting a couple of rhinestones there. Just having a look to see which is the best way to place them. I think that'll do. I've got some sticky adhesive at the back, but that's more for paper. It's not really going to stay stuck on anything that I'm doing here. To use some of these little curly flat back buttons that I have. At the bottom. So that's what we have so far. And me liking bling, I think I'm going to pop some of these holographic looking rhinestones right at the top there. So I'm going to pop 3 on each side. I'm taking the adhesive off of these ones because the adhesive is stuck on a chain and it comes off very, very easily, so I don't want to be losing any rhinestones from my butterfly once I'm done with it, so that's why I do that. Oh, that moved. There we go. Go. That side, and just 3 on the other. One, 2, 3, tree. Get rid of the fine hairy bits. And I would like a bit of the dark pink stone somewhere. Like that. And maybe some pale pink. I don't need the body. There we go. I think that is plenty. That looks quite pretty actually. So now I think that's it for my glue gun. I'm just going to unplug that and let that cool. And next, zoom out a little bit and we are going to do some gluing. Now if you have a look at the back, you can either leave it like that, but as I said before, I like my ornaments to look nice whichever angle you're looking at it. So I'm going to pop a little bit of this tacky craft glue on the back and then sprinkle some of this beautiful, it's called hot pink fairy dust glitter. So I'm just going to get that ready because I haven't used this one yet. This one I bought from Cheapest Chips. I think they were about $3 each. So that's ready. Now just with my fingers I'm going to get some glue, a bit of kitchen paper ready to wipe up. These are one of those twist tops. So I'm just going to place some glue on that and just spread quite a thin layer. Just all the way around. Probably put too much glue down actually on that lid. I mean, you won't see a lot of the back, but depending on where it is on the tree and how it hangs, it might spin around a little bit sometimes. So that's why I like to have the ornaments looking nice from all angles. Okay, just a thick layer, and that's just enough for the glitter to stick down. Okay. So just give it a light sprinkling. This is a nice match actually with the pink at the front. Now I'm sitting that butterfly on a paper that's been folded so that I can just pour the excess back into the container. That way you don't waste anything. Okay, that should do it. Let that sit there for a moment. Just lightly tap it and let that dry overnight. It's not going to take too long to dry because I've only just put a very thin coat on there. And then you can sort of brush off any more excess once it's dry. So all I do is fold this back up and pop it back in there. That way I only wasted a tiny bit. Ready for the next time. Okay guys, so that's how I made these beautiful butterfly ornaments. Now I'm just going to, with this blue one, seeing as that the back's dry on this one, just going to pop these here so you can see these gorgeous butterflies. So I haven't popped a little band on that yet, so I just measured 20 centimetres. This one's elasticized. Just thread that through the eye of the pin. If you want, you can put a jump ring on there, because this eye is too small. If you wanted to put some tape, as I have on that one, meanwhile I'm getting glue all over me, you just pop an eye ring, the jump ring, sorry, one of those on the eye, just above the head of the butterfly, and then you'll be able to fit whatever ribbon that you would like. So I'm just going to tie this at the top. Depending on how you want to hang them as well, because these will hang slightly forward. If you didn't want to do that, where are they? You could get something like, I think they call them bails, I'm not sure. Flat back bails. That's used for jewellery. So you could just stick that at the back, like that. And then you've got a perfect spot for hanging, threading your tape, your ribbon through and hanging it that way. So that might hang a little better as well. It's just personal preference. So that's the blue, the lilac, the silver, and now the hot pink. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make these beautiful butterfly ornaments. I'm going to put these definitely on my Christmas tree. Take care, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Hi guys, I'm back again. I just got carried away after I finished filming. I made one more, so I just wanted to show you all of them together. I made this one here, and that's in more of a traditional pink. So that one turned out really nice. I put some yellow rhinestones down there, and I popped some ribbon on that one. So there's a couple with the ribbon and the jump hooks that I put on, and the rest are just with that stretchy material. Look, I'm covered in glitter. So yeah, I'm going to look forward to putting those on my tree this Christmas. So just zoom in so you can see. There we go. And that's the one I did on camera for you. The hot pink. And the lilac. The silver. And the pretty blue. So they're a lot more glittery off camera, to be honest. The camera doesn't really do them justice. But thanks for watching again. Take care.